Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the HPC-TLP-CMOD-B. This is their tubular lock pick with an adjustable collar, and this is what it looks like when it comes in its leather case. First look at this tool. Oh, this includes a decoder as well, which is down in the package. A key gauge. Okay, let's take a look at that first. So basically the key gauge allows you to determine the depth of the cut on the key by setting, well, there's a link below this video to the installation instructions, and that reference is on page 2, showing how the key is decoded. Anyway, let's get to the lock pick itself. So this is what it looks like immediately when it comes out. The Model B is an upgraded version of the TLP-C. This design permits infinitely variable tension against the feelers, and we'll go over that in a moment. The Model B has an aluminum handle, stainless steel barrel, which is down in here, spring steel feelers, and includes the genuine leather case, and the TKPD-1 decoder. Now, the instructions are down below, and with all things HPC related, you will always be reminded, notified, properly reinforced about picking locks and the fact that it's done with practice and time. And this lock pick is no different than any of their tools in the sense that it requires time. I do not make a living picking locks because, well, I don't have the skill to do it, which might be a relationship to the patience that's required. However, I have found people that are successful with it kind of good to begin with, regardless of patience. Anyway, moving on, what I do know about this lockpick, having said that I don't make a living doing this, this is obviously a protective cap. There is going to be, this is the infinitely variable tension against the feelers. You're going to have this threaded, knurled knob. This washer allows you to project the feelers out. Okay, and the installation instructions basically start with, before starting any picking action, push the feelers beyond the end of the shaft by moving the washer forward. Then carefully place the extended feelers against a flat surface and push inward until all 7 feelers are perfectly flush with the end of the shaft. So basically what you're doing is just getting all of your feelers exactly in the position where they need to be, and my desktop will serve as that flat surface. You're going to need to hold that perfectly flush down, or at 90 degree, perfectly 90 degree, to get that gauged properly. The knurled collar and neoprene O-ring hold the proper tension on the sliding pick feelers. That O-ring is inside of there, meaning that these will, the spring steel feelers will easily slide up and down when there's no tension set. Okay, and the idea or the concept with the tension is that you are allowed to set the tension down by turning it obviously clockwise, so that the proper amount of tension is on the feelers as you're pushing it into the lock, and then of course giving it a slight amount of rotational force so that you can get the lock picked. Any in and out movement needs to be incredibly small, a 1/16 of an inch, as mentioned in the installation instructions. The amount of feeler tension with which you will be most successful can only be determined through practice. In starting the picking action, hold the pick correctly. neither the thumb nor the finger should extend beyond the pick handle. To do so may disturb the correct picking action by pressing the steel washer, which will then disturb the feeler location. Insert the end of the shaft into the lock's keyway, obviously remembering the keyway that's here. You can study the end of that. A little bit of a challenge on the camera. But the keyway is down in here, or that area that doesn't have a feeler. Okay. Remembering to align the indentation on the shaft end with the keyway slot. At the same time, provide a slight turning pressure so as to induce some tension, very light. That's practice. How much tension, how much force that you're putting on not only the movement, but also on the feeler, on the spring steel feelers. Make sure the tool is held perfectly straight and perpendicular to the lock, not at an angle. That's just, you'll never get the lock open that way. It's technique. Do not reset the feelers after only a minimal effort at opening. Don't give up. Locks having deep cuts require a longer picking time. If the pick slips out while moving it in and out, care should be taken to reinsert the pick so as to not disturb those feelers already at the proper location. At the same time that the lock is picked, additional inward pressure while rotating the lock core will finish setting the feelers. Carefully remove the pick. Take care not to move the feeler locations. Tighten the knurled collar to bind the 7 feelers into their position. If a tubular key cutting machine and a decoder are available, read the depths of all the feelers and cut. Okay, you can do so with those per the feelers with your decoder, and the concept is that you're going to be able to then get the rest of the locks open if there's more than one. Clean the shaft feelers and feeler grooves regularly. The bottom line is the rest of the installation instructions talk about proper care and maintenance. Locksmithing tools are incredibly expensive. Locksmithing tools are those tools that you have for their life expectancy is measured in several years. I have lock tools that I've had for over 20 years, and just typical common maintenance is how that material lasts and works. The name HPC is synonymous with all things locksmithing tool related. There is not only the link below this video to the installation instructions, but also there is the link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up their full line catalog and review things all locksmithing tool related from HPC, not just picks and pick sets, but of course their key cutting machines, their regular pack-a-punch sort of machines, all the way up to their blitz computer controlled machines as well. If you have any questions on the HPC-TLP-CMOD-B Tubular Pick with adjustable collar, or any other HPC product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.